So welcome and thank you, Raman, for joining our event and for responding positively to our invitation. In the half hour that will come, we'll see a great showcase for the TYPO3 world. And actually, at any time that I go in any place, like in Africa, or present TYPO3 to anybody who's not familiar with that, I mentioned the case of the University of Vienna. It's such a showcase of what you've been able to do, what we've been able to prove, the power, the capacity of TYPO3 to scale up, to sustain so much, not only content, but also users and domains. That actually is a turning point for changing the minds or convincing people around the world. So kudos for that, Raman, for you and for your team. And I'm looking forward for your presentation. From now on, Raman, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon is here in my place, and I'm pretty sure that you have other times in your other time zone. This is always great, a great experience to have such an international audience, to have people from all around the world. That's really great. And this is the upside of the coronavirus. So we have these kind of events now where everybody from around the world can join. So my talk is about 1,000 plus domains in the TYPO3 instance at the University of Vienna. So I will tell you a little bit of what we are doing at the University of Vienna. That's a very large university, and what you see on the left side of this presentation, this is the main page. I took the screenshot yesterday, so that's really very actual, this screenshot. And on the right side, you see there a screenshot of the back end where we have these domains. This is a little bit of fake because where we have the main page of the university, it's not in the same instance at I show you the screenshot, but we are doing really more than 1,000 domains in one instance. But let me start first a little bit with introducing myself, what I'm doing, and then to tell you a little bit what the University of Vienna is doing with TYPO3. So I started with TYPO3 around 2006. This was TYPO3 3.8, and I entered the university 2008 as a TYPO3 developer. There I was growing as well in parallel with the TYPO3 at the universities. So then I became head of the TYPO3 team, and afterwards I was head of the software design and development. So I'm as well responsible for the TYPO3 team, but also for other things now. And I'm also a member of the TYPO3 academic community. When it comes to the University of Vienna, then it also started with TYPO3 in 2006. There was the idea to have some content management system where we can present the main web page for the university. But very soon, the TYPO3 have been seen also as a strategic platform that we can do a service for corporate design. What this means, I will come later also to this. Then 2010, this really starts with, then we have more than 1,000 editors in the central TYPO3 instance. This is the screenshot as you saw with the domains. This was the central TYPO3. And then 2011, really big websites came also into our TYPO3 system. So this was for the student information. the University of Vienna, we have more than 90,000 students. So the information for student administration is a very big task for us. And there's also a lot of traffic on this website. This came around 2011 and 2015. We started migrations, and this is also what we are, what I will address during this talk, the whole migration issues. This is a little bit the challenging side when you have so many domains and so many websites in one installation. So what do you mean with TYPO3 as service for CE, as for corporate identity? A little bit of background: a university is from the organization itself very complex. It's also very demographic. So you have there a kind of leaderboard, that's the rectorate, but the leaderboard is not able to force in the same way as an board in a company. And you have the identification of several researchers inside of the university more with their research discipline than with the university itself. So this is something which which is very natural to universities, but not natural when I talk with people from outside of the university. And in this case, from the university itself, they wanted to have something that when it comes to websites and when it comes to showing the content to the public, we should have we should be able to identify that's the University of Vienna and it looks like. So I show you here two really actual screenshots. This is also done yesterday. On the left side, you see this is the corporate, the official corporate design from the university. And on the right side, there's still a live website, and we have still some of these websites. They are getting less and less, but we still have them. And we still have to deal with this. So as a university, we really need to build sustainable and good services for the university that we attract our research departments, our researchers, and also our staff members to really use these services. So this is a kind of selling, internal selling. That's why it's also important that we have something which really works, which is easy to use, and which is also very sustainable. So now I came now a little bit more to the inside, how we are structured and what we are doing and the way we are doing this and how it works. So we have a team, a TYPO3 developer, TYPO3 team. There are two developers. One that he is doing mainly support, and we have two trainees in this team. So, and this team is mainly responsible for 4 TYPO3 instances. This is the main website of the university. We have done this as an as a standalone TYPO3 because there we want to track it a little bit more from the who's visiting, and also to make more security issues around, because universities are also very attractive for hackers. So then we have this central service. This is the big instance where we have more than 1,000 domains, a lot of websites, content there, and also a lot of editors. Then we have the intranet, and the intranet in this case is something what we're doing more as a content-based internet. So there's not a lot of social interaction. This is something to bring content together so that our staff member don't need to know who is responsible for what, that they can go to the right website. We're presenting there all the relevant information on one spot. And then we have some, this is not only one installation, there are 2 or 3 installations for special customers. Special customers is like the Department of Informatics, because they also have people there. They want to develop some extensions, but we have to take care really of the central service. That's why they get a special TYPO3 installation. Also, the computer center itself, we are also special customers. So we have also some people, they want to develop something. So there's some specialties inside, but the main thing, and I think the main what's for the daily business, is our central service. So the central service we have here from the number nearly 1,500 domains, so 1,442. We have 3,372 editors. So you see that's really a huge installation. And we had the biggest growth between 2008 and 2011. So I was entering 2008, the university, and we had about 60 domains, 60 websites. And by end of 2011, we have about nearly 1,000. So you see there's a really high growth, and now the growth is not that high. The reason is why that we now covering really most of the websites from the university. We have some websites we will never come to the TYPO3 team because they don't want our services, but that's fine for us. So we are now stable. So maybe we will reach about 1,500, or maybe in 10 years 1,600, but we don't have this big growth anymore. As I told you, this is a service, this is a kind of service that we have really to attract the people. So we are focusing on a stable operation. We are doing user support so that people can contact us when they have problem with the TYPO3, not related to the content itself, but related to how they work in TYPO3 and how the features are in TYPO3. And we are also organizing trainings for the editors. So what you see, some people can realize this. We are still on a very old installation. So this is why we are an ongoing migration. I will come to this topic a little bit later. What we are doing is also, for what we are focusing is the ongoing migration layout. This is one of the big topics for us because every now and then the public relation department want something new, want something fancy, and then we have to migrate this from the main website. Then the people see it on the main website and they say, oh, I also want this for my website. And then we have to think about how we can put this also to the central site so that it works for this 1,000 websites. And then some of them say, well, I don't want to change the layout, why I need to change the layout. So the layout migration is an ongoing discussion and an ongoing thing as well. And then, as I told you before, TYPO3 version, we are on version 6 and preparing now for version 8. Because of this big installation, we have to deal with a lot of customers, and this makes us also slow. And as I told you, we cannot force the people to do something, so we have to attract them. And when it comes to technical migration, the argue is very, so we have to find argumentation that they need to migrate. So that's necessary to go to this, because it's always also a lot of work for them. And these are not professional editors. These are editors, mainly people, they're staff members from the university. They do a lot of other things as well, besides of editing the websites. So for these is that we really need to cooperate with them and see how we help them. That makes us very slow in this migration. Then we have content that we migrate. So because of this big organization and this decentralized editors, there's something happened, especially when it comes to student information. We have some outdated content also on the website. We have to see how we migrate this content. Then we migrate also websites. So we have some customers there over the time, over the 10 years, they came to us, then leave us, came back, leave us. So we also migrate websites. And then we migrate services. Services means we have some other information systems at the universities. We need to get the information into TYPO3, and now also other way around. They want to have some content. What they have, and this change also over time, because we become new services, we become new ideas how to handle our services. So also migration of services. So this is from this perspective really our main task, and this is what we are doing. And for this, we are happy that we have such a good and stable content management system like TYPO3, where we can really do this. So we need really something that's very robust and also really very secure, because imagine we are running on quite a legacy installation, such a lot of website, and it still works. We have to consider this. We have some tricks that we keep the security things low and see that we don't get to med. So depending on the authentication, we have some single sign-on. We don't do it from the TYPO3 itself and so on. But in the end, this service is really good, and it's really great and sustainable. And now something completely different, something what's also very specific for universities. And I think not only specific for universities, but something what we have now to deal a lot, and also the TYPO3 system comes in place where with this is the whole digitalization process. Also the coronavirus now is a big driver for this. And with this big discussion now, how we change the work, the way of working, how we change the work of teaching, we need also to think more about our websites and the importance of our websites, and also how we can see now the website. Not this is just something like oh, this is some information. If you want, you can go to the website. To a way of thinking that this is the main entry point where all the people get the right information. And then we have these content-based, and we have a lot of web applications now and self-service portals. How to bring this together, and how to see this, how to exchange the things of working together with TYPO3. And so it's that we have with TYPO3 the possibilities of doing also our extensions to bring some informations out, but also to get some informations into TYPO3. This helps a lot, and we have a really good foundation for this. And then this is also what I addressed before a little bit, the central and the decentral content strategy. We have to think about also of this. And then you see, we have more than 3,000 editors there. So a lot of people know how to work with TYPO3, and for strategies to change how we work with content. TYPO3 is a main driver for this, because the knowledge is so deep in our organization that we can say, okay, we change now the organization strategy. We don't have to think about how we do it. We only can to think more of in the way how we want to change, because we have everywhere at the university people who knows TYPO3. So by coming now to a little bit to the end, I want to give you an insight also from the, not only from the variety of how many things, and the question is why we have so many websites, why a university needs so many websites. Is this that we have services for 3 different things and with 3 different approaches. So we have the administration, because the students need to get addressed officially assigned to the university. They have a curricula where they have to follow. They want to get a diploma at the end. So this is all the administration. But also we have the staff member. The staff member want to get paid, and you need a lot of information. We have a lot of travel efforts inside of the university. So a lot of information is there, and this is circling around that all the processes is different and have to address different users. So we have a lot of different user groups there, and this we have to address for the administration. Then we have the teaching, and the teaching we have this challenging. We have a lot of open content and we have closed content. We have to deal with a lot of copyright issues, and for this we have also to think open and closed content, how we can combine this. And then we have the research data and the researchers, and the researcher want to reach also the public. They want to show what they're doing. There's now a change also in the thinking of how doing research, and not only in closed walls. They want to open. They want to see all the people get their findings, and we all help them with our services. That's why we have so many different websites, so many different domains, and why is this service that big like it is? And the rest is business as usual for us. And for this, I will be happy to take questions. I think we have now time for about 7 minutes. I will end now the presentation and come back so I can see what you have in the chat. Patrick, this must be upgrade hell, considering you are still on 6.2. You mentioned upgrading to 8, but are there any plans to keep up to the core development place? Yes, we want. We had a big challenge from 4 to 6 now. We had to get rid of old homegrown extensions. We are now focusing more on other extension and see how this migration path of the other extension will go. We have get rid of a lot of this stuff from 4 to 6 because we started with fix a complete new installation. And then we are at the moment making the migration with the smaller installation to 8. This works fine. And now we are beginning of next year, we're trying this with the big database. So this will be a really interesting target. Olivier, how can we imagine the hardware needed for such an installation? We have at the university, we have a web cluster. So there's really from our computer center, that's really a big computer center. So we can everything is virtual. So we have also big virtual machines for the databases. So we have separate database machines where we have the MySQL database in there, and then we have these website servers, and then we have before also load balancer. So this is also from the hardware a big setup. But we are from the TYPO3 team. We are only responsible from TYPO3. So the hardware and the server, we have another team. They are responsible for this. If you want to get more insights, I can ask the people there. So after upgrading to 8, you imagine start upgrading 10, 11. Yes, we want to do this. So we need still can get up to this path. So we want to catch up with actual. Yes, we throw a lot of CPU and RAM, so that's right. But the good thing is that we have really from the machine side, we have other applications. So we run also Oracle for huge databases, and we have these experienced people also who can operate such machines. How do you measure the content change and growth? We measure the change. We are not we don't measure the change because from the content side, this is decentral. So when it comes to a strategy where we make also some kind of central approach, then for some strategic important websites, we need to also measure the content change. The growth, we see it from side of the database, and we know when we take over big websites. So this is also the thing for just new small websites. This is in this size, it doesn't matter. It's matter then when we get really some kind of big website. So if the library maybe once wanted to come also to us, this now will be a big growth for us. So the library, if there's also a lot of content in, this will be also challenging. Is there the FS share via NFS, or how it is solved? Sorry, I have not an answer for this now. I need to ask this self. So sorry, I cannot answer this. If you like, I can come back to you. You know, I see myself at the moment more as the guy who is representing the service and going around. I'm doing more the management, so I'm more now the manager and not the hand-on technician. So from the TYPO3 team, the two developers, I'm not one of them. But I will ask also this the team. What do you say to support TYPO3 as a CMS of choice for the university in another part of the world, Africa, South America, that did not hear about this TYPO3? For me, it was something was set when I came to the university, and I was hired as a TYPO3 developer. So, but in the end, when I see the growth and how these things really started, and I see, okay, more and more people come in, and we put more websites in, and more websites, and more editors, and so on and so on, and it still runs and it works. And so I'm really happy that we have TYPO3. I'm not sure that other CMS can deal with that, with such big installation. So, and if we can address for Africa, South America, and this, I think this would be a nice use case. Also, such a huge installation for other countries. They have not that many resources. They have to pool more interest, more companies or more universities or more organization in one installation, because we have also a good user management. The user management works fine. So nobody can enter if we don't let them enter the websites from the others. So this really works great. Thank you very much for the interest. And if you want to get more information, my contact informations are on the presentation. I'm not sure. I think the presentation will also be shared. And you can also find me on this website. So there's my LinkedIn contact. You can come to me and ask me anytime.